Like I've been trying to tell you, Freddie is definitely ready. We'll get to that in just a sec. Just how outstanding is Dodger pitching becoming? We know the bullpen's solid. Starting pitching starting to step up just in time. Fan interference on the big stage on game one. We don't like to see that. We'll talk about that. And Dodgers bats starting to hit. What's going to happen? Dodgers take the lead. 1-0. One game to nothing. Game two tonight. Let's get right down to business. Like I've been saying, Freddie's ready. Freddie is absolutely ready, and he did it. Wow. Freddie Freeman wins game one with the first ever walk-off grand slam in World Series history. And you know, the whole Gibson thing, Kirk Gibson's home run in 1988 in game one of the World Series against the A's, that was big. And that was so big, it is still massive to this day. It's still, you look at highlights on the World Series, that is a highlight that gets shown all the time. My favorite part about the Kirk Gibson home run highlight is you see cars leaving Dodger Stadium who missed that walk-off home run. You see the taillights. But Freddie Freeman winning game one with the first walk-off grand slam in World Series history. And if you watched my video yesterday talking about Freddie Freeman, I mean, I had the quote of the day from Freddie Freeman. He says, one day you can go 4 for 4 against a starting pitcher. The next time you face him, you can go 0 for 4. So you can go 4 for 4, 0 for 4, just like that. And Freddie Freeman, just like that on the first pitch, went yard. And boy, did he go yard. And he was waiting for it. He was absolutely waiting for that to happen. And that's an iconic pick right there. Just know that that picture is going to be around for a long time. And you witnessing this are going to be able to tell your grandchildren or great-grandchildren that you saw that happen. I remember saying to myself when Kirk Gibson came to bat, I was at my mom's house in Malibu, and I just remember being there going, what if he hits a home run right now? And Kirk Gibson hit the home run. Unthinkable. But right there, Freddie is ready. Home run. And just think, they walked Mookie to get to Freddie. Are you kidding me? Pick your poison, man. We talk about picking your poison. You can walk Shohei to Mookie, and then Mookie's going to damage you. You can walk Mookie to get to Freddie, and then Freddie's going to damage you. It's just not safe at that point. There's not much you can do in that situation because you got three dudes that can send it every single day. These guys can send it. And you don't know who's going to step up. And the crazy thing about this is Shohei had an okay game. He hit some balls. You know, he hit a couple on hard. But he hasn't stood out. And you know it's only a matter of time before he has a standout game or Mookie has a standout game. It's going to happen. But this will go down in history as one of the biggest, most clutch things ever in World Series history. The first time, 119 years of the World Series, never has there been a walk-off grand slam home run. And that dude right there, Freddie Freeman, Freddie is ready. I mean, and he got a triple in the game. Are you kidding me? The dude just... And Kirk Gibson, look, I worked for the Dodgers for 5 to 6 years. And Kirk Gibson almost would seem bothered by the recognition he would get on a daily basis coming to Dodgers, like because he works for Detroit, and he would come to Dodger Stadium, and it would always be, oh, we need Kirk Gibson out, this and that, and I always felt like he seemed a little bit bothered by it. So maybe it's time for Freddie Freeman to take over that World Series spotlight with the Grand Slam walk-off home run, NBDB, never been done before, and that man, Freddie, the man just did it. All right, just how outstanding is Dodger pitching? Look, we have good pitching. We know that we have a great bullpen, probably the best in the business, okay? But starting pitching is starting to shape up, right? Who knew? Where did that come from? Flaherty? Thank you, sir. Thank you for contributing and helping the team, except for that one pitch. But other than that, I mean, there's the line right there. Take a look at it. Flaherty, 5.1 innings pitched, 5 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned. There's just one mistake. I mean, he had 6 strikeouts. The dude was pitching great ball right there. And, you know, you make a mistake and that's going to happen. Banda came in, did his thing, and Gratterall, bazooka. Love to see that. Love to see him back. And think he'd been out for almost nearly a month and came back and did quite well. Vesia, good to have another lefty in the bullpen. Cope, well, he's always gonna show up and represent and trying in with the win, and goes 1-0 in World Series history. So a big congratulations to the Dodgers. The Dodgers pitching, and you got to think about it. Yamamoto coming up tonight. Now Yamamoto is the only pitcher that's the only starting pitcher that actually faced the Yankees earlier in the season and went 7 innings. Like Yamamoto went nearly the distance, went 7 innings. So if you could get that kind of game out of Yamamoto, and you can get that tonight, I just could do it. I mean, they had to use the what is that? That's called the five-headed monster right there. When you take five bullpen guys to take care of business. And it's always about that. Hey, Dodgers just need to have a lead about at the fourth inning or the fifth inning, and then they can just take care of business from right there. So, how good is pitching starting to step up? Wow, big props to Flaherty and the rest of the bullpen for getting it done. But walking Soto to get the Judge, that is just, oh man, cojones, that one right there. I'm gonna walk Soto to get the Judge, and I see why you do it, but I mean, look, it backfired walking Mookie to get to Freddie. That was not a good idea. I mean, but then again, you're playing the odds. I mean, we could armchair quarterback this stuff all day long and say, oh, he should have did this. You should have, would have, could have. It doesn't matter because in baseball, you play freaking odds. And sometimes the odds are right. Sometimes they're against you. In the Dodgers side of things, well, it worked. Walking Soto to get the Judge, that actually worked for the Dodgers, right? Walking Mookie to get to Freddie, well, some would say that didn't work, and it becomes the biggest home run in World Series history right there. So that's massive. And then I want to get to the fan interference. Come on, we can do better than that. This guy right there, what are you doing, dude? What if that's called a home run? And literally, if you did not mess with the ball, it would have hit the top of the wall and come back into play. Because you didn't want that being a home run right there. And no, it was not. It was called a double. But look, if you are a fan, and I'm, after going to probably 500-600 baseball games in my entire life, Major League Baseball games, Dodger games, if you're a fan and you're in play, like you're in there, I mean, it's one thing if you're on the foul line and you're on the side, like where Verdugo made that catch, that's one thing. But when you're in play and you're in that area right there, just don't try to grab the ball. The ball needs to come over the fence. You see the fence, it's in front of you. We can do better than that. Because if that was to be called a home run, I mean, not good. And a whole nother thing about, and you look about last night's game, Cole is their ace. You look to face their ace 2 times in a 7-game series. That's no doubt about it. And those are the games when it's your ace. We know this all too well dealing with Kershaw and things that we've had with Kershaw in World Series play, right? But you're supposed to win the games with Cole. And that's what the Yankees were supposed to do. And if they would have came out and converted that game and got the win, that's what they were supposed to do. Take a win in Dodger Stadium, force it back so they can't take care of business like that. But sometimes it works out that way and sometimes it doesn't, And Cole is supposed to be on top of those games. And he pitched unbelievable. But once he got out, Dodgers took advantage. And the thing is, even going into the extra innings, the bottom of the inning, down by 1, it's one of those things you're so comfortable with the Dodgers at this point that you're like, we're not out of it. We're not out of it at any point in the game. We're in it. We're going to pin it to win it. And that's what they did. So watching that, I mean, I did have the rally cap on. I'm not going to lie. But watching that all go down, it was like, and still having faith going into it, you know how it is when you're watching the game and it's your team and you're like, we just got no chance of coming back. We can't beat that. But the Dodgers are always in it. Always have a chance to do it. And how did they look? with the bats, well, I think the bats need to step up. I mean, I'm not gonna say anything about Freddie Freeman. There's his line right there. So he's batting 243 in the postseason, but 4 RBIs with the grand slam, the 2 hits, the one run that he scored too as well. So I mean, if you're looking at what's going on right now, Freddie Freeman is looking solid, right? Hernandez gets a hit. Both Hernandez also get hits in there. Smith gets the pop fly. That scores the run, the sac fly. So you want to see these guys get more hits for sure. Like Edman, couple things, a little defensive, couple bobbles there, but you're looking for him to step up and get things done. And Ohtani, hey, he has some hard hit balls, but he's going to need to stand out, and he's going to do it. It's going to happen at some point that Ohtani is going to be the guy, and he's going to take his moment. And right now, you look at the moment tonight, this is your matchup. Rodon, Yamamoto going at it. Dodgers hit lefties. This could be good, and this could be trouble. I bet you he's got a short leash. I'll tell you that right now. Rodon, because you got to know that Dodgers do hit lefties pretty darn good. So if they start hitting him around, you're going to get him out, because if the Dodgers get too big of a lead and then bring in the 4-headed monster, the 5-headed monster, and the bullpen shuts it down, you're down 2-0. I'm not trying to give the Yankees any ideas here, but I'm just saying, I like our chances. If you asked me this yesterday before the game, I'd say I like our chances against Rodon over Cole anytime. I would have thought that, but Cole pitched well, but comes out on the losing end, and once again, that hurts him. He's going to get 2 starts. That's one of them, and he doesn't get the loss, but that's a loss for the Yankees. So you're not going to get him to pitch twice. So there you go. So we'll see how that goes. That's the matchup for tonight. Looking forward to it all happening for you. Game 2 coming your way for the Dodgers. Will they go 2-0? Will it happen? Well, hit the subscribe button. This is Dodgers Digest. We're shooting for that 2,000 mark before the end of the World Series. Mike Nelson and I putting out that fresh content every single day. Subscribe and do it today. Hey, that's going to do it. Good luck tonight with the Los Angeles Dodgers. And remember this, always, people, think blue.